is Phil, and tonight I thought it might be fun to do a little retrospective on my first year of fatherhood. My daughter Lilith successfully completed her first year of life a couple months ago, and I feel like I've learned a lot. For example, did you know that when babies are born, they don't know how to do anything? How to use a microwave, how to use Excel, nothing, completely useless. In all seriousness, looking back on my first year of parenthood, I wanted to talk about some of the things that people say to expectant parents, particularly things that cis dudes say to other cis dudes about having children. I know people who get pregnant get all kinds of unsolicited opinions from normie society, but I'm really only qualified to speak about my experiences as a dude who had his first kid at 36. One of the comments that I always hated during pregnancy was other dads going, "Oh baby, your life is about to change. Oh boy, it's all going to be different now. The minute that kid gets here, it's all over for you. Nothing will ever be the same." Here's a dirty secret from your old internet dad here. Your life does not really change immediately forevermore. In fact, the first 3 months of having a kid were kind of easy. I mean, for me at least, who was not doing the breastfeeding. From about 0 to 3 months, a newborn is basically furniture that squeaks and takes a dump sometimes. The midnight wake-ups are not the best, but the day-to-day of having a newborn was not that traumatic, pretty uneventful. You know, this is partly because we were extremely lucky to have a healthy baby, no complications. We both had flexible jobs. I was able to work from home sometimes. We had flexible childcare arrangements, so we were extremely lucky. But I gotta tell you, the first little bit of having a kid, not a big deal sort of process-wise. I would say full-on hardcore parenting didn't really start for me until maybe month 4. I mean, that's when she started to get a little interactive with the world, started to get reactive, develop kind of a little personality, started to pay attention to what my spouse and I were up to. Of course, once it starts, then it really starts, because you have to solve for yourself one of life's great mysteries, which is, how do I keep a little tiny brain entertained for 8 to 12 hours a day every day? Now, is everything different because you can't just quit your job and move to Alaska and become a fishing guide out in the Arctic Circle anytime that you want? Yeah, I guess. I mean, do you have to plan for childcare and kind of rearrange your schedules and block off the basement stairs? Yeah, sure. You're still you. You can still drink wine and play Dark Souls 3 mods all day.
Bearer of the curse.
Your life changes forever, but slowly over time. Kids go from furniture to little screamy Roombas to kind of drunk mechs tipping over your trash cans very gradually. You'll have time to keep up. Oh, and if you're worried about the diaper thing, take it from me. I'm one of the prissiest dudes in the world. You get used to it. You'll get over it. You won't believe that it won't be a big deal for you to wipe a baby's ass, but very quickly it will become not a big deal to you to wipe a baby's ass. I promise you. Oh, and by the way, if I have any fellas watching who are about to have a kid or who did have a kid, you better be doing your fair share of diaper changing. If I hear about any of you fellas leaving it all to your spouse to do all the diaper stuff, I'm going to find you. I'm going to seal you inside of a crystal, and I'm going to hide you inside of a tomb. Okay? I've done it before, so don't test me. Moving on, I would have to say that by far my least favorite kind of propaganda would be when I would confess that I wasn't exactly excited to have a kid. And Lilith, if you're watching this from the future on Space YouTube, sorry. You know, a lot of men would just chuckle and they would say, oh, they felt similarly, but they would say, when it's your kid, it'll be different. You'll just feel it. The minute you look inside your little baby's eyes, you will instantly know true fatherly love. And I gotta be honest, that wasn't precisely true for me. When Lilith was born and I first saw her, my first thought was, oh, it's real. Oh my god, this is real life now. Holy shit. And like I said, the first couple of months, they don't really do anything. So I didn't really bond with her because there wasn't really a person to bond with during that time. She had no personality. She just ate and slept and pooped and cried a little.
Kinda like quarantine.
And I cared about her as a vulnerable human being in my home, but I wouldn't say I bonded with her right away. So if you're on the fence about having a kid, you're not sure about the whole bonding thing, believe me, I get it. In the same way, totally understand. And unlike the other dad commentary that I didn't find particularly relevant, I'm going to tell you how it really works, see if it helps. See, there's no magic wand of fatherhood that just waves over you the minute that you have a kid. But a funny thing happens when you are totally responsible for a life. When a tiny, helpless being needs you to survive, you will rise to meet that responsibility. And you will do everything that you can to care for them. You won't get it perfect. I certainly didn't. You won't always have a great attitude about it. I routinely don't. But you'll do it because like 99% of human beings can't help but have regard for a tiny, helpless human life that needs them when they're face to face with that life. And because you have to think about them all the time, you will over time grow to love them in a deep and
Terrifying
way. I mean, think about it. This is a human being who you will literally know everything about. This is a human life that you will invest hours of thought into. This is somebody for whom you will constantly be fishing garbage out of their mouth because babies are crazy. Over time, that fuels love and an abiding concern. It's not instant, it's not magic. It's just that because you're a decent person, you will repetitively care for this little snuggler, and over time, that will just become who you are. Now, are there awful garbage, dirtbag, ass clown parents out there? Absolutely, and it happens for a variety of reasons. Mental health issues, addiction, desperation born from systemic hardships, repeating a cycle of abuse, hell, maybe even a little plain old moral indecency. It's not to say those things always make someone a bad parent. It's just that the world is a rotten place sometimes, and sometimes that rottenness overrides this process that I'm talking about. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if for a lot of asshole parents out there, the weight and the enormousness of caring for a tiny, helpless human life causes them to run away from it. It's a heavy thing. It's a big deal, and some people just are not cut out for it. But I will say this: if you are someone who is worried about being a good parent, I think that means you're probably going to be okay. If you're worried that you won't bond, if you are anxious that you don't have that in you, that kind of tells me that you're the kind of person who's not going to run from that responsibility. I just want to reassure you that for me at least, fatherness was not innately inside of me. It is a process, it is a practice, and it's one that I'm still working on. Don't let people make you feel like being a good, loving parent is something that just is magically inside you, that it's just divinely inspired. It is doing the work day in and day out, taking care of somebody helpless day after day, making a habit of considering someone else, and over time that will become second nature to you. It is fake it till you make it, baby. And if you're watching this and this is something that you care about, I think you're going to make it. So anyway, if you are a parent or an expectant parent, what's your least favorite commentary that you get from the other parents? What are you tired of hearing from people with kids already? Why don't you let us know in the comments? If you like what you've seen, go ahead and strum that like button. I'd ask you to hit the notification bell, but I don't deserve that. But do go ahead and subscribe because I do get a burst of dopamine every time that I see that little number go up. Anyway, appreciate you spending your time with me. Thanks for being with me for a year of fatherhood. It's been a real mindfuck, but it's been a good one. It's been positive. Things are going really well for us. So appreciate you sharing that with me and being here with me. And hope to see you on the next one. Catch you later. Good night.